Good luck.
Okay.
May the force be with you.
Ladies and gentlemen, broadcasting remotely from somewhere in the greater Boston area, welcome to BamBoozled.Boston, the only New England podcast show that is shaken and not stirred while engaging in on-air alcohol consumption, live music, and special guest appearances. Join us as we learn the finer things about alcohol, its origins, proper way to consume, and as the saying goes, martinis are like tips. One's not enough, and three's too many. Here's to inform, to inspire, and to imbibe by your hosts, Mike Grady and Sean Cochran. Woo!
Did you say tits?
Yeah. Well
Seriously.
done, Mike. Well done.
It was, remember, what was the movie? It was Total Recall.
Total Recall, yes.
The hooker had three boobs. It was great. Now that's a quality movie right there. So, Mike, let's talk about the booze.
Yes,
You ready?
Let's talk about the booze. I already gave a hint of what it's going to be about. Booze, the first frontier. These are the voyages of BamBoozled.Boston. Booze date Wednesday, December 9th, 2020. Join us as we explore all types of alcoholic beverages, bringing history, alcoholic perspective, and the boldly go where so many fine human beings have gone before. Tonight is brought to you by the VESPER Martini. Welcome to the Booze Log.
Damn, the booze log.
I'm getting fancy with the martinis.
Oh, we got martinis. So once again, we have an amazing guest this evening. An old friend of mine, and Eddie, I'm not calling you old. I'm just saying you're an old friend of an older friend of mine.
Oh, yes.
O-L apostrophe.
It turns out you're actually older than I am, Sean. I mean, if we're going to get technical.
Don't tell anybody that. Christ, you know. So this is Eddie Denney, everybody. Hey, where's the audience? We need the audience. So we got, so Eddie and I grew up in that undisclosed location.
We did. Went to alternate high schools. We played in alternate rock and roll bands.
We did several
rivalry.
things. Eddie, I just, so we did like 2 hours of setup to get this thing going because we're using yet another program here, right?
Like 5, but okay.
And, so the first time I've seen this microphone, Eddie, tell me about this microphone you're speaking into.
This was actually from your last guest, Stu Sinclair. He gave it to me for my birthday a number of years ago, and I've always treasured it. And it works quite well.
Does it smell like ass?
It does not smell like ass.
Okay. All right. Right out the gate.
It smells like toes.
Like toes.
It smells like toes.
Toes? Well, just one in particular, right?
Yes.
Definitely. So anyways, so Eddie, you got to choose the drink this evening that we're all imbibing on.
I did.
And would you like to explain that a little deeper?
Sure. Always a big James Bond fan growing up, and COVID hit. We're all stuck at home for a while, and I was trying to look at creative things to do at home and looking at some different types of cocktails, and I'm watching Casino Royale with Daniel Craig, one of my favorite James Bond movies. And he's got the BB-5 Aston Martin, and then he's got the poker playing, he's got the beautiful women, he's got the tuxedo, he's got the fights in between the card game. So he actually orders this martini in detail.
Mark, you want to click the canvas for a second? Sorry, Ed.
Yeah.
My fax machine, the paper got jammed up in it.
Your phone is no longer logged in.
My phone's not logged in? All right, Eddie, carry on. Let me go fix that. Hold on. Just keep talking, Ed.
Okay. Let the people in the green room in. That's what you got to say, Sean. So I was at home, and I saw him call out the Vesper Martini. And it turns out it's got quite a long history with Ian Fleming in his books from 1958. It was in the original James Bond, which was kind of a one-off Saturday night feature movie that you can find, I think, on Daily Motion, the original Casino Royale. but it was never remade in the series of Bond movies. So it was actually his first book, but it was remade with Daniel Craig, and it turned out to be one of the best James Bond movies ever. And he calls out the Vesper Martini. Of course, I started Googling, found the recipe, made one for myself, and I was like, this is heaven. If this is what James Bond drinks, it's got to be the coolest cocktail on the planet.
That is cool. And I didn't realize there was an original Casino Royale.
Yeah, I ended up
who was the actor for that one?
It wasn't
some guy.
It wasn't Sean Connery.
It was not Sean Connery.
Really?
I forget the actor's name, but it was actually, that was in 1958. I think the book was written in maybe earlier than that. But 58 was when that movie came out, and I think the first James Bond was like 62 or something like that. I'm sure we'll have all the fact checkers on Facebook.
There's plenty of those.
Right.
But they said in the book that it was served in a oversized champagne goblet. And he said he would only have one before dinner. I just have one martini before dinner. And I'll tell you, we make one of these with 3 shots of gin, 1 shot of vodka, and a half a shot of Lillet with a lemon twist, shaken, not stirred. And, you're feeling pretty good.
Yeah,
so,
I bet.
By the way, it was David Niven who was the first James Bond, and he was the one who played Phileas Fogg in Around the World in 80 Days, and was also Sir Charles Leighton in The Pink Panther.
Amazing. No shit.
No shit. I shit you not.
I'm all sorts of technical things going on here, but I am a huge James Bond
We're
fan.
fine. Don't worry.
Where's Q? If I had a Q, I need a Q.
You need a Q.
If I had a Q, where's Tom Clarkson? We used to call him Q. Tom, are you watching?
That's right.
Clarkson.
We used to call him Q.
You should call me G Sharp.
Anyways, I'm trying to get my messages to come up on the Facebook machine, and it's just not working. Oh, there it is. Hold on. There it is.
The other part of the Vesper Martini was much cheaper than the Aston Martin, so I figured I could actually attain the cocktail.
Right.
Right.
You got to
$5 is a little more expensive. Yeah, exactly. It was in my price range.
So, I don't know about you guys, but I have a personal bartender here with me this evening.
Nice.
Oh.
I may or may not as well.
Yeah, I would think that you may with the magical eyebrows.
Is there a bunny costume involved?
There very well could be.
Octopussy? Yeah. That's if we had 8 of them. That'd be great.
I mean, if this is a James Bond show, your server needs to be wearing like a bunny costume.
Well,
no question about it.
How about a Wookiee costume? We can arrange that. Like a Wookiee. We'll cross, James Bond into Star Wars. Anyways.
I'd love to see that movie. May the force be with you and the guns come out of the headlights. That would be amazing. Maybe that's in the new movie.
So the new movie, I just heard it was delayed till April, I think. The new
April 2027.
And Carrie, because of course, I don't know about you guys. I listen to Carrie's, what the hell she call it? The situation report. She had on Monday's thing. She said that they delayed the release of the movie because of the COVIDs and all this other shit, right? And they spent $70,000 on Coca-Cola. Okay, now you guys have seen the previews for the new movie, right? The new James Bond movie.
I don't know if I have.
When the guy rides the motorcycle up the side of the wall and he jumps over, it's just an incredible stunt. What they did. And this is actually, what's his face? What's his name again? Craig?
Daniel
Craig. Craig. I know, I'm terrible. It was his idea to use Coca-Cola. So they spent $70,000 on I don't even know how many cans of Coke or bottles of Coke. And they sprayed the cobblestone street with the Coca-Cola because it makes the surface sticky. And that's when they did the motorcycle stunt because they were concerned about traction. And they did that. And then after they washed it off, it was like a cleansing. They cleaned the street and like the city was happy or something. I don't know.
That's crazy. Amazing.
Oh my God.
Isn't that crazy? And so just take a barrel of Jack Daniels, dump it on the road, get a freaking Jack and Coke on the road. You just lay face down. It's great.
Seriously.
Well, you get there anyways. That was dumb. But that is true about the Coca-Cola.
Wow. Who would have thought Coke makes the streets sticky?
I'm going to try that out in front of my house.
I was going to say, now that I've tried the Vesper Martini, you got to try that with a motorcycle.
Think about that. That's a James Bond thing, and Daniel Craig thought of that himself.
That's amazing.
So I'm told.
Wow.
I think it's his last one too, right?
It is his last one, unfortunately. And I love him as a James Bond. He's great.
Oh, he's good.
He's a great James Bond.
So good, yeah. That Casino Royale picture, and about the time that came out, Texas Hold'em was really popular, and they ended up doing, the original movie was Baccarat, the card game, and the updated version with Daniel Craig was, Texas Hold'em.
Really?
Yeah, and the guy who was the evil guy, he bled from one eye.
Oh, yeah.
And then every time they took a break, James Bond would get this huge fight, and he'd have to change his tuxedo and get all the blood off him and come back. He had a defibrillator in his glove box of the Aston Martin, and during a break, it had to revive himself and couldn't plug it in. He died. The girl he was with plugged it back in, revived him, and he went back 3 times.
That's all real.
No spoilers for anybody out there who's planning on watching it.
That is that's pretty funny. What's going on here? Here we go. Okay. I'm seeing a bunch.
Did you watch him as a kid, Sean? James Bond? Yes.
So when I was younger, it was an adult thing. So I wasn't really, because it was always like, the girls were like dressed with nothing, and he was always like, whatever. And it was a lot of violence. And when but I watch Jaws too. So if I can watch a shark eat a person, I can watch a girl in a bikini make a martini and then slit somebody's throat. I mean, it's the same concept.
The early ones were incredibly misogynistic. I mean, really, really bad. And it gives you a snapshot into what women were dealing with back then. So you think about the movie industry and how bad it is today with like the Harvey Weinsteins of the world and all of that. You look back at some of those movies and you're like, man, I can't believe that they got away with that shit back then. And it really opened your eyes to how bad it was and what was acceptable and what wasn't in some people's minds back then in the early 60s.
You make a really good point, because even with Austin Powers, he uses games like I Want to Hump a lot.
Yeah.
So things like
that. In a parody is fine,
True.
But it was the same. I mean, he was definitely showing that as well in his comedy. So.
Oh yeah. There was definitely some underlying comedy throughout all of them as well. It has to be. It's just like Star Wars, when Star Wars tries to be serious, but yet it's still funny.
Like Jar Jar Binks. That wasn't even funny. It was stupid.
That was the worst.
The worst.
Guys, I'm gonna bring my bartender in.
It's shaking downstairs.
Please do.
You guys want to hold off on the audio?
Sorry.
She can tell us from a difficulty standpoint how tough it is to make.
Hiya.
Hello.
So there's my personal bartender. Let's turn this mic so we can see you.
We should have an introduction.
So, Eric, can you tell us how you made these? I mean, I know you had the instructions from Eddie.
I had the ingredients from Eddie, yep.
Okay.
So there's very specific tools that you need to make a martini.
Okay.
And the most important piece, or the most potent factor of a martini, is it has to be really cold.
Really cold.
So in order to do that, you use a tin, a cocktail shaker.
Okay.
A proper cocktail shaker.
Okay.
And I have this one here. It's actually my grandfather's.
So
when he died, he left this to me.
Yeah.
So it's a family heirloom.
Nice.
It's an heirloom.
You're making it legit. That's fantastic.
And did you mention...
Bring that microphone right up to your face.
Okay. Get rid of it. So, did you mention that your grandfather and your grandmother would always at 4 p.m. have cocktail hour?
Well, it got earlier and earlier as they got older.
Okay, I understand that.
But yes. And my grandfather's actually who, he taught me how to pour a proper gimlet. And as he got older, he also had a palsy, so his hand would shake. So they got a little stronger as he got older too.
Oh. Okay.
So how you make this is you put ice about halfway up in this tin. And then for the ingredients of a Vespa, it is 3 parts gin, 1 part vodka, and then a half of Lillet, which is a French sort of wine. Oh, we lost
those guys. Yeah, but just carry on. Yeah. We're just going to pretend.
Okay. And then you shake it very vigorously, and it gets super, super cold. And I usually stop when my hand starts to hurt on the tin because it gets so cold. Yeah.
Okay.
But you also chill the glasses so the glass is cold as well, and then you strain it. And
Okay.
so there's not water. There's some maybe water in because of the melting ice, but it's just because it's so chilly.
So we have a slightly different version of what Eddie recommended. We some of the ingredients is
No. We just have we have a stepped up version.
Yeah,
Stepped
still
up
gin,
version.
still vodka.
Yeah.
Okay.
Still
Just a
Lillet.
nicer,
Lillet is really the secret ingredient. As long as
Right.
you have that, that's really
Right. So I used Hendrix and
make variations from
Tito's
there.
for the gin and the vodka, but you can use whatever you like.
Okay.
It's kind of like Carrie's, talk about the margarita,
Yes.
right? You just want
margarita.
quality.
Hey, Mark,
Yeah.
I have a suggestion. Can you go
Sure.
widescreen on our shot and see if it brings us all back in?
Oh.
How's that? I mean, we do have the control there. Let's bring it back
No, I can see
to a quad.
Sean there.
Hey, imagine that.
Hey.
Imagine
guys.
that.
nicely done.
So there it is. There's also a lemon peel as a garnish.
So the lemon peel. Cheers, love. So you put? Did you squeeze the lemon peel in there as well, or you didn't
what
burn it or anything, right?
No, it's just really the rind, and you take the lemon off, and so it still has some flavor on it. And then you do a little rim job, and
that always works.
yeah,
Sure.
so little
Do
flavor,
what now?
Fantastic. You get to
lemon
little twist of flavor,
twist of flavor,
little
Mark.
twist of
Yeah.
flavor.
Say it slower.
So pretty yummy.
Yeah, this is fantastic. Did you forget about that option, Mark, that you can go full screen? 'Cause
I
this is
do. I
the
totally
first time
did.
I've seen it.
I was stressing out about everything else so bad. I forgot I could even do that.
I think we found the fix all. When the screen disappears, just zoom in on somebody.
Oh,
Perfect.
Right.
Look at that.
You guys look. You know what?
And I have like 0 people watching my broadcast. Oh, no, there's 2
We
people.
got, we
So you
got
guys
20
look-
on Sean's.
You guys
Yeah.
look fantastic. Can I mention that by the way? Eddie, what are you wearing there?
Eddie's
Is that
setup
a sweater?
is pretty stellar too.
No, I'm wearing this shirt with another shirt underneath.
Oh, what do we have underneath that? Oh, this ought
That
to be
would be
good.
a
Take it
blue
off.
shirt situation.
Yeah.
Just for the
Eddie.
show.
This ought to be good.
How many
What
Vespers
are the
do you
kids
need
in
to take your
Nantucket
shirt off?
Yeah,
Oh.
buddy. That's vodka soda. Close it. That's the cheapskate.
If you like Instagram as much as we do, you want to follow Chad Tuckett on Instagram.
Yeah, that's a bartender's like nightmare right there.
You'll thank me later.
That's great.
We also call that drink a basic bitch.
The basic bitch.
Yeah, vodka
That was
soda.
another gift from ex-member of your band or a member of your previous band. Dave Stenya and Missy got me this for my birthday a few years ago too.
Dave Stenya and
You
Missy.
get Stu's birthday microphone and Dave and Missy's shirt.
Representing.
Yeah,
Did you get?
2 other people on the podcast.
We've had Dave on, and actually Missy popped in on that episode, I think briefly, and then she figured out what was going on and she left, which was probably smart because I don't even know what happened after that. That was episode. I don't even know. I shouldn't even make a list of episodes here, but love Dave and Missy. I miss those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as we get out of this COVID stuff, we can all get together in the one room and do this again at some point.
Exactly.
But it is kind of convenient, Eddie, that you're way up in another undisclosed location somewhere up in New Hampshire, probably Manchester.
That would be north undisclosed.
But it's nice to have this option. So we're going to definitely keep something like this part of the program. So
Well, if you were following along last week and saw your guest, I'm pretty sure he wound up on your couch the next day with a bunch of chihuahuas on him, and
sure.
I'm not sure what happened from there. But
So last
He's in
week's
Florida
episode
now.
with Stu, we did Blackened. Now, Mark, are you drinking Blackened still?
I am, yeah.
And-
Mike is too.
And I am too.
You guys are okay. So that's okay. And what'd you say, Eddie? What'd you call it earlier?
I
Blackout.
said that they're just held over from the previous show. They got to try to keep up.
They're just recycling
They're still drinking
old
booze.
shows
We're
We're
booze.
drinking leftovers.
If you notice, in the studio, Sean usually finishes the bottle during the show. Where you guys, you have to take your time and make layover for another show or two.
Yeah, I didn't even get a chance to try it. So
We have
good.
3 bottles. Can you pass me one of those?
Sure.
So this is from the Joe Sambo episode. This is what's left in that,
Oh my goodness! Oh,
right?
Very nice.
Like I said, we improvised on some of the booze, and then this is from I think this is the Lee Richards episode, right? So I got a small bottle of gin. So we went with
It is.
we went with the Hendrix, And this one is it's a dark bottle. It's about 3/4. So we got quite a ways to go. And it's funny because Stu said last week, he goes, if you get me on the gin, it's all over. I mean, you thought Jim Rose was a tough time. So we didn't do gin, thank Christ. It is Christmas
gin's
time.
a difficult booze.
Difficult booze. But what I was saying, so Stu stayed over, which is fantastic. And everybody's welcome to stay over at the BamBoozled studio in the green room. Location. The green room couch, of course. And we got up. What did we do? We went to the gun store to check to see what they had for ammo, which there's no ammo. Okay, everybody's preparing for the revolution and Inauguration Day. We went to
roll number one.
We went to lunch and we started drinking again. So it was like a 2-day bender from the one episode. I'm not sure. And then
are you bragging?
No. What I'm getting to, and then I didn't have a cocktail until yesterday, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
I banged out like 5 days of sobriety. After I was done shaking and I finally cracked my first beer, I was ready for the show.
Yeah, that seems normal.
Yeah, it's about normal. Sure. So, Eddie, let's talk about the old days in Haverhill, Massachusetts, in some of the venues that our bands were playing. Would you like to? Why don't you tell me the names of your bands that were working bands?
I'm pretty sure. Well, your band still has a gig now and again. Muggsy.
Muggsy, yeah.
You started with free beer there for a while.
That didn't work.
Was the Washington Street Pub your first gig with free beer or no?
The Washington Street Pub was the first gig. That was it was me. It was Chuck Alamo, which he's been on the show. And do you guys remember Bam Bam? The drummer Bam Bam?
Yeah. The studio down in Haverhill where Godsmack did some of their stuff too, right?
Yes. So Bam ran that studio, but prior to that, the three of us we had a trio, and we were called Free Beer. And we played at a venue called the Washington Street Pub. I couldn't even tell you what it's called now. It's probably like that Ghetto Records or whatever is on River Street.
I think it's a chiropractic place now.
Chiropractic?
I think.
We were tweaking
Someone
things
from
back
Haverhill
then,
could
too.
chime in on that.
But we would put the sign on the front door and free beer tomorrow night, and the place would fill up. And then they figured out that the band's name was Free Beer, and they were pissed off. A lot of people were really angry with us, but the name of the band was Free Beer. The Liquor Commission hated us because it was like false advertising, but we really weren't false advertising. The name of the band was Free Beer. It didn't work. We had to stop that. Anyways, we tried it a couple of venues. It didn't work. But anyways, so Eddie, the first band that I remember you from was, hold on, it was Mary Jane. I mean, not the first band. I can go back to high school. We can talk about that. What was your first? What was the high school band?
Livewire, right?
Livewire,
was
yes.
my first band when I was 16.
Yes. And that was 87? 87. So 87, wow. I was an Iron Maiden, Judas Priest kind of guy, and you were more of a Motley Crue guy, maybe Van Halen or something like that. And there was like this thing. It was like, oh my God, we got Eddie Denney. He's doing the hair metal. And we were like denim metal, you know what I mean? With patches, and we were dirty and stuff. It was great. Yeah. So it wasn't like a competition thing, but it was a thing because you guys had your rock and then we had our rock, and it was, so I remember Livewire. It was great. And then from there, where did you go?
Oh, we bounced around. We did a couple talent shows. And my senior year, I think we both had long hair several times, at least twice for me.
Sure.
Once in high school, once in college, and both times my senior year, I cut it all off because I was preparing myself for the real world.
How'd that go?
It went, I graduated from high school from Haverhill High, Sean, and my very first job out of high school, I was back at Haverhill High School buffing the floors with one of those big buffers that you really have to be trained on how to use.
That's
Can you imagine
great.
What's running through your mind when you're buffing the floors the summer after you graduate from the high school? Well, that was my life. But
you could sell drugs then at that point.
Yeah, but I didn't know that.
No, you didn't know that. Yeah.
I thought you just would buff the floor and make some money and play some music, and everything would happen from there. But did a couple talent show things, and I was bouncing around a little bit. And then my senior year, I started to dabble into R&B and getting into like George Michael and really trying to sing some different types of music. And that brought me to Dickie and Brian from Haverhill. And we got into a band group called the Beantown Boys, the three of us. And we were kind of like the white version of Belle Biv DeVoe was how we kind of marketed ourselves. And we went.
I love that comparison.
It was great.
Well, we weren't New Kids on the Block because those guys were like posers. Like Sean's band back, in the early '80s or mid '80s, we'd call our band posers, right? So when we were doing R&B, we were doing R&B. We were playing in Roxbury. We opened for.
Oh, you guys had some great gigs.
That did. Remember that song "Doing the Butt"? Ow!
The movie School Days.
Yeah. So we opened for them at the Roxbury Grand Theater in Roxbury, Massachusetts. The three white guys in the whole place, and we did a lot of shows that way.
I love it.
We opened for Lisa and the Cult Jam at the Channel.
Good group.
That was another big gig.
Everyone's going, what?
We got to meet the New Kids a couple times.
Now you're talking more my music. I like that.
Stars on Route 1.
Eddie,
But then after that,
I'm trying to find the song. It's killing me.
I get into college in Bradford, Massachusetts, not Haverhill, Massachusetts.
Right? They're totally different.
Massachusetts.
And I used to cross the bridge on the weekends to play with my rock band, Mary Jane. That's when Sean and I really started to rub elbows quite a bit more.
We rubbed a lot. Yeah. If you go to Bradford, pull the fire alarm. I'm not saying pull the fire alarm. Pull the fire alarm and then tell me what the side of the truck says when they pull up. It doesn't say Bradford Fire. It says Haverhill Fire. It's the same damn town. Okay?
I bet you they have one now.
Bradford, it's like Haverhill, but one more.
It's probably volunteer.
It's Haverhill with trees. That's terrible.
Right?
It's like Methuen is Lawrence with trees.
Exactly. Yeah, it's Lawrence with trees. Exactly. All right. So the Beantown Boys. Hey, Michael Grady.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any information you can share for a second?
Okay.
Do you? Is that a yes?
About what?
About the booze.
Oh, the Vesper Martini. So interesting that you should bring that up.
Give me a second.
One of the things about this is that if you have to make your drink yourself, you have to mix the ingredients, strain it, serve it in a chilled cocktail glass, garnish with a large thin slice of lemon, lemon peel, which is almost exactly what Aaron said. Now, in the movie Casino Royale, when Vesper asked Bond if he named the drink after her because of the bitter aftertaste, 007 replies that he named it for her because once you have tasted it, you won't drink anything else.
Nice.
I'm sure many of us have met women like that.
She was a double agent.
She was that's right. Octopussy was a double agent too, right?
Oh, there's many along the way. Most of them were. That was how they all ended up getting killed. And it wasn't
one of my favorite scenes is Halle Berry coming out of the ocean.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I fell over.
What was that? That was GoldenEye with Pierce Brosnan, right?
Yes.
Do you remember? If you guys remember, I'll date myself again, but Pierce Brosnan was supposed to be James Bond way earlier than he was, but his contract with that show, Remington Steele, kept
Remington Steele. That's right.
For quite a long time.
And then he wanted to keep doing it, but they let him go, I think.
Yeah.
I thought he did good. I thought he did great.
It's almost
Hallmark.
Go ahead. Hallmark.
I saw a Hallmark movie with Roger Moore. Remember him as 007?
Yeah.
And he looked like an old woman.
I believe it.
Good.
Yeah, they don't age well.
He's got to be, he's pretty old now.
Yeah, it was maybe 2 or 3 years back, and I was like, oh, wait, what was he? What was one of the Living Daylights? Was that one of the James Bond
was
movies?
in Moonraker.
Moonraker. I saw Moonraker in the theater.
Yeah, that was a big movie when our age group was young.
Yeah, A View to a Kill. He was in that one. He was in a bunch.
View to Kill. And who did the theme song to A View to Kill?
Oh, Duran Duran.
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 So Simon Le Bon.
One of my favorite bands.
I may have a treat here. Stand by.
Oh, here we go. Look out.
Stand by.
We need a James Bond in this studio right now.
We do need a James Bond in the studio.
Ladies and gentlemen, James Bond.
I thought Daniel Craig was in the green room.
I may have found the track.
You hear all that distortion at the beginning. Remember that? That was so terrible. It's like distorted for the first minute while the tape has been in storage for so long.
Hey, Eddie.
Yeah.
I will buy you a bottle of gin if you get up and do the dance routine behind the mic.
Oh, God. I didn't do the dance routine. I was a singer. I didn't dance. I just sang.
Eddie.
Come on, you had moves.
Go, Eddie.
Luckily for me,
Was it the wheelchair race?
Hey, that's you. That's you singing.
They're on live stream right now themselves and do that.
That was fresh.
It's fat.
That was dope.
What year was this, Eddie?
That was 1987, recorded in a studio in Allston, Mass, with one producer and myself. And it was in his one first floor apartment, and the vocal booth was in a closet.
Dude, I love it.
And he produced the whole thing for me, and the guy was awesome. I wish I could remember his name off the top of my head. I really can't. It was so long ago. But I was really, really pleased with the results, and it's always been you reach that kind of age limit where you're like, Michael Jordan's at the top peak of his career around 28 years old.
Yeah.
So your vocal cords are a muscle, So when you're 28 years old, that's kind of your peak for muscle memory and all that sort of thing. So about that time, I was getting up to that around that age. I was a little bit younger than that, but I was headed that way. So I had full voice. I had a pretty solid voice to work with, and it's all been downhill from there, I assure you.
Oh.
I did have some time in the 90s. I mean, in the 90s, we did crush it. Mary Muggsy Jane days were pretty good.
All right, are we done with this? I mean, I could listen to the whole thing, but maybe I'll put this on the... I know what I'm going to do. See?
You got to hear the rap. The rap is the best
Always
part.
the rap. Should we play it on the... You know what? I'll play it on the thing.
Oh, is it like a new edition? Like a new edition rap?
Eddie's my name, so don't even be this, niggas. You'll get burnt, and very soon you'll learn that I'm a beat-down boy that's not to be concerned with the young ones. I'm not talking gibberish, I'm talking little ones. They like licorice, they like to call you by a pet name, and they love to play you like a little game. I don't buy that, so don't try that, because I'm down with the double L-I-K. So listen up, party people, to what I say. I ain't down with drugs, but I know what you're thinking. But listen real close, because I ain't lip-syncing. Peace to my homies of Beantown forever and everyone in the house. Put your hands together.
Dude.
Oh, Eddie. Legend status.
That was super
badass.
That was fantastic.
That was fresh.
So that's right. We have to end it right here. That was so good.
We're going to go from there.
It can be better than that.
Tune in.
All right. You know what? That was. I had to run into the control room and send the file to Dropbox so I could access it from the phone to get into the J205 so all you people can hear it. That worked well. It was great. And I have a karaoke version. Remember that, Eddie? I have a lyric list, a lead vocal list version of this, so we can perform this when we're drunk at bars.
Yeah,
because that's what you do.
Yeah, it was kind of, remember those singles you used to get?
Yes.
Singles, I remember that.
Strawberries, you go to Strawberries, you get the single. Don't laugh, I made a career out of this with the Beantown Boys. So you get every little step you take, like all down on the one side, and the B side was the instrumental version with the backup vocals.
Oh.
So all we had to do was go to our show, pop in the tape, put the mic on, and it was a show.
That's great.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a Milli Vanilli, but you guys really sang.
Oh, yeah. We opened for Buster Poindexter at the Boston Common, too, in one summer.
Hot.
Yeah.
That's a great name.
I remember there was a woman on the side of the stage signing all the music, all the
Come on.
vocals.
She going,
how does she know what people are saying? I never know what people are saying. But it was hilarious. Hilarious.
Maybe that's what she was signing. I don't know what they're saying.
I don't know what they're saying.
But they're paying you to stand here. Just
clap when they're done. You clap now.
You may look at this as a handicap. It's a blessing at this moment. That's pretty good.
Oh,
okay, so Eddie, from the Beantown Boys, you moved on to when was our gig that we did down Haverhill Stadium?
you guys played together?
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. We did one show. We had to wear wigs because it was so. I think we took
Witness
the wigs
protection?
and all that stuff was because we were incognito.
Oh, that was the name of the band.
And I was in Mary Jane, and all of a sudden
We were under contract by different.
we were like the Red Sox Yankees of Haverhill.
So I was under contract with Steve Shambo. You were under contract with Charlie Roberts, and we couldn't be associating ourselves together.
I was under contract.
Wow, a
I'm pretty sure
feud.
Charlie was in it, though, right?
Oh, Charlie was in the group. That's right.
Charlie was in it. I think he wore a wig, too.
Charlie was the drummer
all
for that.
did. But I do remember we were able to hit those harmonies from, what do you call it, the Tommy Shaw and Jack Blade's band.
Yeah,
there.
that was the Damn Yankees.
The Damn Yankees.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, we did that song. I forget what else we did. Do you have any recollection of what else we did?
God, it's probably, if we go to the archives, the channel 33 of Haverhill, they probably have it on video. They only played it late on Friday nights, I think.
I bet your dad has
There's
them
a
all
whole
upstairs.
Beantown Boys show with a Beantown Boys interview with cuts to different shows on Haverhill Broadcasting. I remember one summer I was signing autographs in Haverhill because it was on so much. It was terrible. I used to have to carry 2 Sharpies.
Two Sharpies, that's right. We just had this discussion yesterday. That's pretty good. Well, this is delicious. I may get involved with another, just saying. So that after that, when did you get into, when did you start Mary Jane?
I'm pouring some ice right now, so it was about 1993, 94.
Okay.
Is that about the time you guys started too with Muncie?
Yeah, 93. 93, I think it was. Yeah.
Wow, 93.
93.
I had no idea.
Eddie, that's when I met Gail. Was 1993.
93?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was a freshman at Bradford College in 93, 94, 93.
Where were you guys in 1980?
1980. I was not driving. I was I don't even think I was trying to sing at that point. I remember singing in my bedroom and being absolutely terrible. Like dogs would start to whine outside my window. But I would just continue to do it. It's one of those things like where you just meant to do it and you just every day you did it and you didn't know why and you just liked it and you didn't really care what other people thought and you just kept with it and kept with it and kept with it and eventually it pays off.
We got better. Nice.
But in the 90s, man, that was when to go see a rock show because people actually would come out and see a band. It wasn't like today where you got to like beg and plead people to come see your band or come watch your podcast on Facebook. Even when there's a global pandemic, it seems like it should be a no-brainer.
I mean, the whole world is under between Mark's people and my people. I think we are at 20 people. This is pretty good.
Yeah, I have 0 of those.
Wait, hold on.
So I'm carrying the load. I actually just shared mine to the BamBoozled page to try to get some kind of attention.
I see Kathy O'Neill Perry and Michael Grady because singles at Strawberries.
Yep.
Justin Pacey had no idea it was in a boy.
Justin Pacey.
Justin Pacey.
If you dig deep into my profile pics on Facebook, you'll see some.
I recorded with Justin Sunday. Oh, I wanted to tell you guys. So, I did some recording with Justin on Sunday, right? He watched the Stew thing with the Blackened last week, and apparently you can't get Blackened in New Hampshire. And Justin lives in, I forget where he lives. He's a little further north than than the regular non-rednecks. And so he said to me,
so does that mean he's full redneck?
He's full redneck. Justin, you're full redneck. I love you. So he goes, can you get me a bottle of Blackened? So I went out and I found some. Mike, I got it at the same place you got it, with the cork, something, this stinky cork or whatever the hell it is.
The cork stop.
The cork stop. And brought it to him, and we recorded. And he was sipping it as he tracked. Now he's an animal. He's a drum animal. He crushed the track we were recording, which was fantastic. He drank, I don't know, a tenth of the bottle, which is very responsible. Went home last, what the hell day was it? It might have been Friday. I was getting texts from him, and the bottle was getting smaller. And last night, I got more texts, and it was like less than a quarter of the bottle left. And I was like, dude, he's been wailing on that Blackened. So that's our Blackened Revisited with one of our favorite Facebook watching fans. Redneck fucker that he is. Love him to death.
It's a really good whiskey, actually.
I'm still sucking it down.
It's a great whiskey.
I ran out of my drink here. Bartender, do you mind?
Oh, where's the bartender?
Bartender!
Why don't you bring the bartender in? We want to say hi to your bartender.
You want to say hi to my bartender?
Is it the bartender I know? Mark, can you still hear us? Just nod. So we're gonna work on your audio. We're gonna get you some gates. The audio cleared up tons when you isolated.
Who was? I was?
No, Mark. I love getting into the audio portion. We're gonna get in here and we're gonna tune this thing up.
Oh, why is my audio bad?
No, it's not bad.
Thank you very much. I love the outfit.
We didn't do enough work before we came online.
Your noise floor is very high, but that's common considering the things that you did to improve what you have now. Which I love it. It's great. We're gonna work on this. I got it.
Nobody cares.
Honey, leave the ears on.
You got a high pass filter? Do you have a high pass filter?
I have one in the mixer, but I don't have it.
Jim Rose is watching. He cares.
Is he watching?
Jim Rose has got a spectral analyzer, and he's checking everybody's mic as we speak.
All right, Jim. Don't give that man a glass.
Jim Rose is the measure of what we should uphold our.
Can you send Jim Rose some Blackened, maybe?
You know what? I'm afraid to.
Send him blackout.
We'll send him some blackout. That's about.
The thing about COVID, right? Everybody gets food delivery and all of that. And they have this great app called Grizzly, but you can't get any booze delivered to New Hampshire because it's all run by the New Hampshire State Liquor Stores in New Hampshire.
Right.
So if you download the Grizzly app, you can get booze delivered to your house.
It's Drizzly, and that's how we do a lot of things. Yeah.
Oh, he's already got it. Oh, that's Pacey.
Nice.
That's Pacey. He just sent he's down to a tenth of a bottle. All right, Justin, I'll get you another bottle. We're going to keep them lubed up.
Do you think they taste different with the different Spotify playlists?
Yes. Well, it's very possible. So the fact that the sound waves, affect the wood and the booze that's in it, if you change those waves, of course it would. So if you took an oscillator, I think is the word. You guys know what that is? It's a tone generator, basically. So it's one of those. If you checked different casks, I'm sure at different frequencies, they would all have distinctly different flavors. You guys follow that?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think
that's what the science says.
I think it's the coolest thing that they could possibly do with the booze besides pour it down my throat. I mean, seriously. So. No,
I appreciated what you said in the last episode with, the band could have just slapped a label on it, made a cool label, called it, Metallica whiskey and whatever. But they really went all out, and I think they did something cool. It's definitely a cool whiskey I'd like to try myself.
Yeah, it's a standalone product, man. I mean, it's just good whiskey.
It's great.
Yeah, maybe on that delivery, Sean, you could just swing by my place on the way to Justin's.
I could do that. I mean, you guys, do you come to Massachusetts ever? You're going to sit around for 14 days once you do get here. There's
a fence at the border now. They put up a wall.
Yeah, it's lined with howitzers.
That's all right.
I tried to get out last week.
All walls are going to be torn down in a few days.
It's a wall of blackened whiskey bottles.
So
none shall pass.
So, Aaron, this is only booze?
Yes.
That's what martinis are. It's just a big old glass of booze.
So I just finished this. I mean, it's been, how long have we been on the air? I don't know, half hour, 40 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes?
Yeah, you just had 5 drinks.
And it really...
How long have we been on the air, Mark?
Jesus.
Oh my
I'd say 45
about
minutes.
an hour. Yeah.
Oh,
I just
it was a little after 7, so...
Sorry, Aaron.
Can't blame Jim Rose for that one.
I can't. I just knocked Aaron's drink all over Kevin Feeney's bed sheet.
Nice.
At least it's been sterilized.
You have been shut off.
Well, from how it looks here, it looks like the sheets are plastic, so
I don't know why I did that.
Good.
I don't know how that happened. That was weird.
It's not your ADD.
It's not my...
No.
And it's a good thing that the power outlets in my homemade desk here are up to code, and hopefully they're grounded, because that outlet is wet. Wet with booze.
Oh, God.
Just don't touch the moisture.
And that's when you realize maybe I shouldn't have put outlets on the table.
I probably shouldn't, but I mean, it looks good. Except for the fabric that sticks out
thought.
of the... Hold on, let me look.
When you built it, Sean, did you think you'd be actually, shooting a podcast with alcohol there?
No, I mean, not like that. And I'm looking, it looks like the neutral of the outlet is the lower one. So as the moisture wicks up into the thing, because I, of course, didn't pull the fabric out of the outlet. It's not live yet. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Okay.
I haven't seen a flash yet, so I guess we're okay.
Well, I will tell you this.
Although if we lose your camera, we know what happened.
I will tell you this. If there's a short, the entire BamBoozled.Boston studio is on one circuit, and there is no UPS backup, except for this laptop. Actually, what'll be funny is we're going to lose all of the audio. We'll probably still have the lights, but this laptop will carry on.
The piece of crap laptop will be the only thing that's still going.
Remember math paper back when you were in first grade? It was like this composite, and you drew on it with a number 2 pencil, and it was just smaller than a regular piece of paper.
There was chunks of wood still in it, yeah.
This computer is less worthy than that piece of paper, because I think we can transfer data more easier on that.
With a pencil.
Yes, correct.
Is that laptop the same one that Chippy used to use to trigger the beginning of Don't Stop Believing?
That laptop, I think Stu drove over it.
Probably true.
My lovely bartender is creating another delicious cocktail over here.
So, Sean, going back to 1993, 94, 95, 96.
Oh, I see. Hold on. I see Paul Logus is. Hey, Paul, how are you?
Buddy, Paul?
Paul Logus is on. He's watching. He says, "Is that part of the drinking game with the outlets?" I guess, you know what? I guess it could be. If we get shocked, that'd be kind of fun. It's like, no, it wouldn't be fun. So yes, Paul. Yes and no. Anyway,
says we've been on the air 49 minutes. So she's counting the minutes. It's terrible.
Okay. So Eddie, I'm sorry. Before I interrupted you, what was you said something?
I was trying to keep us back on the timeline of 93, 94, 95, with all of the shows that we used to do with Muggsy and Mary Jane. Back when people used to come out and actually see rock shows, and it would be the same people every week, and they follow the band, and we had mailing lists where we physically had to stuff pieces of paper with our schedule every month into an envelope and put a stamp on it and mail it to your home. Your mom would read it and go, "What the hell is this crap?"
Yes.
And is this where you're going every weekend with these clowns? And you'd have to admit and say yes. And all the funny things that we'd put in those envelopes, and the hijinks that we had with the Mary Jane oil painting that we used to have.
Oh, I remember that.
The ransom notes. You want to tell that? I was unaware of that story till just recent years, Sean. So maybe you want to tell that.
Wait. Say. Oh, that's right. So it was kind of like a rivalry that we had, because you guys would play. Yeah. You guys would play at Jeff's place at the downtown, right? And then Eddie would book us over at the what the hell was it called? The Washington
Street Pub.
And that, be careful there. You're going to get electrocuted.
It was across the street from each other. You could be looking out the window at the bar waiting for your drink and see the line of people waiting to go in to see Muggsy, like literally across the street.
I remember on almost every occasion that we played, because they would book us front to back. So it was like
they have to, because remember what happened was we were making the same amount of money when we first started, and then it just went like, well, if we play here, the place is packed and there's no one across the street.
Yes.
If we're across the street, there's no one over here. So, and then you guys got into the mix. So it was like, all right, here, and then here, and then here, and we'll give you free booze, and then here. And we just made a shit ton of money for no apparent reason.
I think we had brown M&Ms on our rider. I mean, that's where it went. It was crazy.
It got ridiculous. It really did.
Ridiculous. But I remember, but that was when Haverhill last call was what, 1:30, 1:45 or something crazy on Fridays. Remember that, Eddie?
Yeah, they would start kicking people out at 1.
Kicking people out.
And on Friday nights it was 2. Remember, you'd have to play an extra hour, and then remember when you had to roll back the clocks and have to play on Friday night, and it was open till 2, and they rolled back the clock, so you.
Oh man, I remember that.
And they're paying you the same amount of money, but yet you're playing for like 6-7 hours.
Did that happen? Because that used to happen to us in New York, but I don't remember it happening like in Massachusetts because.
Oh, it happened in Massachusetts.
Because the change happened because people had to be out of the building at 2 a.m.
Right.
Something like that. But I remember.
I think in Haverhill, things were a little lax.
So you must remember the fights. Remember the fighting?
Oh, yeah.
And
if you played Metallica in the third set, someone was getting their nose broken.
we used to do that. We used to remember like Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah.
Did you guys do Rage? What was the song, the trigger song that you guys played at the end of the night?
Oh, it was something by Metallica. I can't remember what it was. Exit Light.
The Sandman song. Yeah.
Sandman, yeah.
Sure. I remember just sitting out. So we kicked everybody out of the Washington Street, locked the doors, and Feeney's back there breaking his drums down or whatever. And then all of you guys, all of your patrons, it was like they opened the gate to the zoo, and they poured into Washington Street and clashed with our crowd. And I remember the brawls. It looked like rugby. You know how they push back and forth, and they were just killing each other. It was, and I remember Eddie just going, "Wow, I'm glad they're out of this building," because then the cops would come in, and then they would do whatever the hell they did. Boy, Haverhill was fun back then, huh? Remember that? It was freaking so good.
Man, it was so much fun.
So much fun.
And just make it easier and play your 3-camera shoot video. Dave Denney. He's killing me with my striped shirt. We haven't got to the Bradford College shows yet, Dave. Hold on. I think there might be some video for that. But the greatest thing I ever saw at the Washington Street Pub was we were playing, and Charlie Roberts was playing the drums, playing like there's no tomorrow. And at the Washington Street Pub, they had an upstairs pool table. And then there was this like big cutout with a railing.
It was like a
mezzanine. You could look down and see the dance floor and see the band. It was the coolest thing. So this guy hits the cue ball. It bounces off the table right through the hole and hits my drummer, I kid you not, square in the forehead. Charlie Roberts is bleeding now down his face, still playing like there's no tomorrow. And he's got blood gushing down his face from a cue ball from upstairs that hit him square in the forehead. It was the greatest thing I've ever seen at a show.
I've seen something very similar. Mark.
Didn't it happen to you, Mark?
Why do people like it when drummers bleed? I don't understand.
Because or like lose an arm. Like seriously.
It could be anybody. I mean, wait, Mark, didn't you bleed at a gig too?
I did, yeah.
It
was self-inflicted blood, though.
It's because he's like reading.
I was going to say, wait, maybe... What about the Spinal Tap movies? Oh, that was the drummer too. Never mind.
Right. It's always the drummer.
Always the drummer.
I think you may be onto something there.
That's what they're there for.
Apparently, there's some debate on Facebook whether or not this microphone is real. The one that Stu got me. So I just want to prove to everyone right now
that's amazing.
This microphone, when I turn it off. So just to clear up any difficulties you might have.
Is it really a microphone?
It's not just a prop.
Is this thing on? Hello?
It really is a microphone. I thought your earbuds were doing that, and you just stopped talking to make it look like a,
No,
like
I just hear you. This is
Oh my God, you're amazing.
Light up microphone.
Well, we've solved
like
one
a Johnny
mystery of
Carson
2020.
microphone.
Oh, I see.
I hope everybody's playing the home game tonight as well.
So
Hi, Aaron. Welcome back.
Brian Richard. Hey, buddy. How you doing? He says, is there any useful information in this?
This is not an educational program.
No. This is just an invite. Like, I'm crying. I'm laughing so hard. This is just an invite for people to come and join us and
Talk nonsense.
and either get annoyed or help with the annoyance.
Yeah, I mean, have a drink, sit back, and join in.
I love Brian Richards. Great guy.
We should do like a comments break. Scroll through the comments and respond to people's comments.
There's a button here that says bring people on live. Oh, can I just say something?
Yeah.
This is terrible. I don't know if everybody can read it. You probably can't read it from there. Oh, you can read it. If somebody typed in the URL that's at the top of the browser, you could totally bomb us.
Oh boy.
That was awesome.
That's it.
That's not a challenge or anything.
It's all over now. I had to type it in because I don't have emails or anything on this old tube style fax machine. Yeah, that's another whole story. But
all I have to say is the first person who breaks in better be drinking.
drinking.
I'm guessing
Tara
Justin
Lewis says hello.
Pacey.
Hi, Tara.
Is Tara there?
Yeah, she just said hi.
Oh, hey, Tara. I think Tara should bust in.
Yeah.
Should I text her the link?
You won't.
Go ahead.
My girl, where is she at? Hold on.
Yeah, I mean they can type the link and hit, but they're not going to get in until I hit the approve.
Oh, you have to let them in. They have to sit in the green room with
You'll
Sean
be in the
Sloan.
green room, right?
It's for Sean
With Sean Sloan and Daniel Craig. Daniel Craig is in there waiting as well. He's our special guest tonight.
Dude, I can't find the links in my phone. So I switched phones last night. I am so lost. Eddie, you get Tara on the text machine, right?
I think so, yeah.
Send her the link because I can't find the stupid thing in here. Because I switch phones and
You need your glasses.
where are they? I think they're.
Oh my gosh, that was the best one. That was the best right there.
I can't see so good without my glasses.
I need my glasses so I can see.
Tara's like, Eddie has my phone number? What?
Yeah, we wrote it on the wall of the dockside.
Don't have your phone number, Tara? How drunk were you in Key West? That's all I got to say.
Woo! Stu Sinclair says, Bobby!
Bobby! Is Bobby on?
Bobby's on. I see him. There he is. Bobby Shaw, he would be a great guest. He would be a great guest.
He can tell you all about it.
Some of the stories that Bobby has. Bobby, you have great stories.
I'll tell you, I saw Bobby recently. We went down and said happy birthday to Dave and Missy, and Bobby was awesome, and he got me this membership to an exclusive
we lost your
yachting only bar. Yachty's only bar.
Look who's here.
Tara!
Hey, Tara, turn your phone, Tara. Turn your phone. Maybe
Turn your phone sideways, Tara.
What's going on with the phone? I think her phone's in locked position or something.
She's trying to turn it.
She's trying to. You know what? It's a bandwidth thing. There she is.
Oh, she's almost turned it. Oh, almost.
Can we hear her?
Tell Chip he's got to have better Wi-Fi than that. Come on.
I know. How do you guys conduct
it's
business?
Because I have too many.
Seriously.
I have too many kids.
Who's that behind you? Is that?
How's going on?
Wow,
I know,
look
right?
how big she is. Brooklyn is
I know. Where'd she go?
an adult.
Oh, she's back there doing her Roblox or whatever she's doing. There she is.
Where is she? There
You
she
guys
is.
on
didn't think
TV.
I joined, did you?
I didn't think you were going to join. Hi, Brooklyn. How you doing? What's up? What's she listening
She's like,
to?
I don't know you guys.
Eddie's single? Eddie's
oh my
single?
God,
His
what?
Beantown Boys?
Tara.
Hi,
Beantown-
Erin.
Hi,
What?
Brooklyn.
Can you say hi to Erin? Who's that voice?
Should I get back on the drums so she can rap?
It keeps making
Absolutely.
can you guys hear that static? I don't know if it's just my phone or if it's
Oh no, that's Sean.
Tara, it could be anything.
He's not upset about it at all.
Anything.
It's all Sean.
Yeah.
We welcome all sounds.
Right.
Static,
Yeah, we
noise, whatever it is.
It kind of, yeah.
You know that white noise sound you go to bed to? Sean has that on all the time to try to keep him relaxed. Why he's always so calm.
Yeah, that's right.
It does say I have limited whatever because I'm on my phone. Switch to a desktop computer, so it's my phone, I'm sure.
Yeah, just ignore those messages. Your phone is already better than Sean's laptop.
Tara, seriously, my laptop is a disaster.
Let me see if I can. What? Oh, I love it. Yes. I don't know how to turn it. I got to turn you this way. Can you guys?
I don't know what. So, Tara, since you joined us,
There's Chip over there.
where's Chip? Where is he? There he is.
Hey, Chip.
Chipper.
Chip,
He's
wave.
hiding.
What up?
What's up?
How you doing? Hey?
How you doing?
How you doing? That's my boy. I miss my Chipper.
I just got home from work. I got my Snuggie on.
Awesome.
Do you really? Oh, I want to say
Yeah.
full
Oh,
body.
yeah. Well,
Oh, well, Snuggie.
Nice.
look out. It's huge, but
Oh my god.
Oh my God,
looks
that is
so
amazing.
comfortable.
That's amazing.
buffalo.
So you're the one that bought one of those.
Oh my God. Actually, my brother got it for me for my birthday, and I looked at it. I was like, whatever. And then my kids like fight over it.
Oh, really?
Yes. Yeah. So anyway, how is everybody?
Everybody's great.
Yeah.
Well, we're surviving. We're putting ourselves out there to the World Wide Webs.
Yeah. How are you doing, Tara? I mean, you're out there in the thing.
Right.
I'm out there in the thing. I'm doing well, surviving.
Yeah.
It's my last week of my last semester of school. So, well, didactic. I still have clinical, but just living life.
So you're are you on the front line of the?
I'm not in the hospital with COVID patients, but my patients are, I work with patients who have alcohol and drug addiction. So,
Oh my God! Thank you for joining us. Where do we start?
This is a good place for you to be.
So, some of my patients are just newly out of jail. They live in group homes. They're in homeless shelters. So, I mean, some of my patients have higher risk than others. And, so, I mean, I'm not like taking care of sick COVID patients, though.
Okay.
I think Stu just logged off.
Yeah, Stu just jumped out.
Sorry, Stu.
He heard.
He can't handle it. Yeah.
Do a little too close to home there. It's terrible. Stu's on vacation. He's in the Caribbean or
Is he
something.
in Florida?
He's in
Florida or something. Yeah. Might as well be. It's a free state. Are they masking down there? There's no COVID in Florida. Is that correct?
I don't think there's anything, no.
No.
It's COVID-free in Florida.
Yeah, I think Florida's a free state, as they call it.
What does that mean?
Live free or die. Literally. Good.
My daughter lives down there. It's definitely not COVID free.
It's not COVID.
No,
free.
it's not COVID free.
Okay.
That's why I was saying, what do you mean
It's restriction free, though.
Free of what? Rules?
Right. Free of rules.
Exactly.
That's all it is.
I think with some good advice, we can all be in good shape, and then
Or some
we'll figure it out from
leadership.
there.
Yep. Totally.
Yeah. Yes. Right.
No, we don't need leadership. Is just general direction.
Okay.
We're gonna go there. Really.
Stu's favorite thing.
Stu's favorite thing. Where's Stoney's gonna jump in
Can
2
we talk
seconds.
about religion next, please?
About what?
Religion.
Religion.
and then abortion.
Hold on, let me get the Bible. Hold on.
Let's see. Who
Tara, how are all the kids doing?
Everybody's good. They're all, hybrid right now. 2 are in 1 week and 1 is in the other. So they're never all in school at the same time,
my
which is awesome.
God.
Yeah. Whatever.
No wonder you have a Snuggie. Is it on all the time that you're home?
No wonder you have
So
it.
great to have all the kids home.
Seriously.
Right. Yeah, but you know what? I'm out of the house 6 days a week with school and work, and Chip's the one doing all the... Chip is the man. Chip's doing all the work,
Chippa.
making all the dinners.
Wow.
Chip's the man.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm going to sit.
So Tara, can
I'll
you,
sit next to him.
so you know why I love him now.
Yeah.
Where is he?
I'm going to talk about you. I might.
There he is. That's my boy.
Everybody.
I haven't showered in 3 days.
That's all right. That's how we like you.
I showered more frequently.
Nobody's
Good.
So Chip, how you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm great.
I'm trying to relax on the couch.
I'm taking all these courses I put off since September at work. So now they're getting audited, and I'm getting emails saying that I'm going to keep them from passing their audits. So now I have to take.
No pressure.
Yeah, no
Well, at least you didn't wait to the last possible minute. That's good, Chip.
Whatever. I'm not the only one, but
Yeah.
Chipper,
You never are. I mean, we have to do that stuff too.
yeah. What's going on?
Chip, can we do a Miller Lite thing with you and Keith soon?
Soon? Yeah.
Well,
maybe.
I mean, as soon as the COVIDs, I don't know how you guys feel about COVIDs. We can do it this way with the COVIDs. I mean, that's an option.
Yeah, we can do a remote Miller Lite. That would be cool.
Miller Lite.
What was that? Oh,
I don't
you don't
know.
like Miller Lite, Mark?
Yeah, remote Miller Lite.
Yeah.
Oh, remote Miller Lite. Okay.
I think you just kind of whatever.
Look at these guys. Some of my favorite people right here. I could kiss the both of you. I might spend more time on one than the other.
Eddie does look good.
Sorry, Tara.
You both look very kissable, I will tell you that.
It's a bromance. The bromance
It's a bromance.
continues.
That's right. It's a bromance.
And you were very missed at our wedding too. Very
Oh
missed.
yeah, sorry. Yes, we
Don't be sorry. You were very missed. No
Could
need to
not
be
pull
sorry. And thank you for your awesome gift. That was amazing. So
Yeah, you're welcome.
you're with us in spirit. We shall party again, my friend.
The other day I pulled out your glass. I was going to drink some tequila out of your glass and take a picture, but
Oh, that would be awesome.
I will do that. Just another excuse to just drink tequila. Shut. Get out of here. Get out of here.
God, kids are so fun, guys.
I'm in the room all day.
Who are these people?
Like literally all day until like the last 15 minutes.
God.
Now he's just riding around on his hoverboard all over the house.
Have you tried one of those, Chip? The hoverboard?
For about 1.2 seconds.
How did that go? No?
Yeah, not so good.
I looked like there's a I'll think of it. There's a movie.
It was Mike Tyson was on there one time. I saw him falling his ass.
Oh
Yeah. Like, all I did was go like, "Ooh," and then I was like, nope. Like I did, not interested.
It's hard.
That's how all the ridiculousness videos start.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
start wobbling and then boom. So just take the tequila, pour it in the glass, get on the hoverboard, and go around the house like.
I'll never get it in my mouth. I'll never make it.
Probably not, but it'll be hilarious. Just have Carrie take the video.
That's true.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I would video it. That.
I'm never getting on that thing again. No way.
We're too old now. Like I'd break a hip. Jeez.
Seriously.
But he rides it like he took it out of the box, stepped on it, and was
It hasn't stopped.
and was gone. Like no questioning it. Was just fine.
Wow.
Wow.
Just
How old is Matthew now?
Matthew just turned 12.
He must have a drummer for a father with all that coordination.
So how old is Daniel?
Daniel's 14.
Yeah.
Oh
Holy
my
smokes.
God.
Wow.
Brooklyn 7.
Yeah. When you guys came for Friendsgiving, that was 8 years ago.
No.
When we moved in.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
If you can believe it. I just actually got some pictures on my Facebook memories of that.
Wow.
That was fun.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
The guys in India are going to love this part. I mean,
Well, this is
he's going to go viral there.
we
The
love
romance?
our India listeners.
I have a question for Chip, actually.
There you go.
Chip, as a drummer, have you ever induced or been injured to the point where you bled at a show? Because we had a discussion earlier that
all the time.
all the time.
What was the best one? The most dramatic
What was the most blood you've ever lost during a show as a drummer?
The most
I never bashed my head on a cymbal or anything like that.
Or fell off the stage.
No. Well, not that anyone ever saw that I fell out. I think everyone was gone Probably after a gig, I'm sure I've fallen off.
I was going to say, after the gig was Stu, perhaps? Was there...
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, is that the crowdless stage diving thing?
Usually, I think most of that happened up in Albany.
Oh, God.
Yeah, what happened in
It'll be
Albany?
like 4:30 in the morning. And
Well, we were just talking about remember Chip playing on daylight savings in Albany.
I tell that story all the time.
And then Ralph would be like, "What are you talking about? It's only 3 or 2 or whatever the hell it is." And we've already done 4 sets of music.
Yeah. Now I remember when we were loading in that night, and the bouncer or whatever the door guy said, "Oh, we got you for an extra hour tonight," and I'm thinking he's completely joking. Nope. No. We played till the equivalent of 4:30.
Oh man,
something like that. Yeah, because the bars closed at 4 there, and we played till.
Oh wow!
They changed the. I'm like, there's no way they're. Nope.
Nope. Hey, listen,
he
Red
got
Stripe.
his money's worth.
Red Stripe.
I think we got our money's worth with the bar tab, though. We always seem to make out there.
Jamaican Budweiser.
Yeah.
Eddie, where's Gail?
Hiding.
Gail. Gail Denney.
Yeah, where is Gail?
Gail, pull up a chair.
I haven't seen
Come on,
Gail yet.
It's couples hour.
It's couples
I
hour.
told her to get the basement. It has to be quiet.
Did you just say you have to be quiet?
I don't know.
She's not allowed to talk? Is that what you just said?
Well, she's in an outfit. She's been serving my drinks all night. She's got little rabbit ears and a little tail on, so she might be a little embarrassed. I'll figure if I can get her on camera. Gail Denney, you wanted.
So Justin sent me a photo of his bloody.
Like everyone can see this kind of thing.
Because we're talking about bloody.
Yeah, there's literally thousands of people watching right now. Maybe millions.
Thousands of people.
Worldwide.
Justin, that's a good one right there. It looks like you got a deer on your leg.
Jesus.
We're going to bring you on.
What are you talking about?
Talking about Justin Pacey. We're going to bring him in.
Gail, put the robe on. Put the robe on.
At some point.
Excuse me?
Here comes my lovely wife.
What are you doing? She took my drink away. I'm not drinking water.
Hey, Gail.
Where's Gail? There she is.
Yay! Hi,
There she
Gail.
is.
It's
I'm going to
Karen.
have to get my cat.
It's Karen Hickey.
Karen
Talk
Hickey.
into the microphone, Gail.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, Miss Karen Hickey.
We'll make you turn the camera, Gail.
No, I'm not sticking around.
I don't know. Tara and Chip are here.
I'm not camera ready.
There's more couples than
Gail,
single guys
I'm
now.
not camera ready. I'm in my Snuggie, and I just got home from work.
I haven't
Where else?
I'm right about that leadership.
I mean, why bother?
Mike, you want to send a link to Sally?
You just said something about
I actually just did.
Oh, nice. I'll get my cat. It'll be okay.
Hey, Gail.
Oh, there she is.
Oh, we lost. Oh, there's Sally.
Hey, Sally.
Sally, turn your phone sideways.
Turn your phone sideways.
Does she have music going in the background?
It's from last night.
I'm not.
We're at capacity now.
Turn your phone
Hey,
sideways.
Sally.
We are at capacity. This is a capacity
Can you
crowd.
hear us?
Do you do that for art?
I can't hear anything.
Oh, it's a technical disaster. Oh, I'm glad Sally joined us. That's Mark. All the cameras went crazy again, so you might have to.
Oh, hold on.
Well, 2 of them did. If you want to just, what happened?
We'll try one of these. Hey, Mike.
There's the reset button. Okay. All right.
How's that?
I need to be at a good
Oh my God!
Is there a parakeet?
Let's watch
There we go.
Birds.
Yeah.
Sally's upside down. I love it.
Can you hear
Sally's
us?
upside down.
She even turned to the left so like we wouldn't see her.
Turn it one more time. One more time.
All right.
One more time.
Talking to the mic, Gail.
thing when I jump.
Talking in the mic, Gail.
Here you go. All right. That's kind of like what was that show where the people were upside down on the? It's like a mirror image, or I don't know, maybe not. You guys,
You have a mirror image going on?
Upside down world.
Hi, Sally. Can you hear us?
Yes, now I can.
There you
I
Hi.
don't know. This makes me want to sing the Brady Bunch theme.
How you doing?
Here's a story.
That's
I feel like I'm on Zoom again.
It's pretty cool though, because if I trick my brain, which is not difficult, into thinking that your ceiling is your floor, I can put myself there and feel like myself walking around your lights and stuff. So Tara, Sally has a bunch of birds, so there's a lot of background ambient noise. So,
tell them how many kind of birds you have.
How many birds do you have, Sally?
14.
What?
Wow.
14 birds?
Holy
bring us to the birds.
What kind of birds?
Sean, why the hell am I the guest? She said 14 birds.
14 birds.
Parakeets, lovebirds, and
She's a bird lady.
Yeah.
Oh, here are the cockatiels. Butterball and Fireball.
Wow. Look at them. They're on top. They're not even in the cage. They're on the cage.
Oh, yeah. Just free
I bet
range.
she has no friends that are cat ladies.
Free range.
I was going to say, what about the cat? Mark, where's your cat? Is he looking at the screen?
Yeah, no, she would lose her shit right now.
Right? Seriously. Well, that's cool. I mean, I had birds for a while, and I think
There's Butterball. I can see him.
Yeah, you dropped them off on the road or something.
No, there's all kinds of weird stuff happening to my birds. I love birds. I really do. I really do. Oh, look at them flying around behind you. That is awesome. Do they do that all day, all night?
When I'm home.
Yes, they do.
Do they land on you when you're like cooking and stuff or anything?
Sometimes. A little bit. Not too much. They kind of do their own thing.
Did they ever escape?
Mm-mm.
That's good.
Well trained.
No, but last week I couldn't find one, and I don't know how he did it, but he was under my refrigerator.
Oh, whoa.
Wow.
No idea how he was in like with all the wires and stuff. I don't know how he got in there, but
And show them your hand, the wound you got from that.
From the refrigerator or the bird?
Yeah, for the refrigerator.
I had to like unscrew the back of it to like get him out, and when I put my hand in, I cut myself on metal, and I was really mad at him.
Ouch. I know that feeling.
So you have 14 birds. Are they all the same kind of bird, or do you have multiple?
No, so see like the little green ones down there? Those are parakeets. And then up top are the cockatiels. And then down here, if you can see, those are lovebirds.
Oh, cool.
Your birds are so talented that every one of them can hang upside down. It just blows me away.
Do any of them talk?
So she might. They say beep beep. Chirps. Beep beep.
I heard it. Beep beep.
I just got a text from my brother. He's watching.
Just imagine.
He's like, what?
He's like, what is going on?
I can't even say it. He's like, what in the ever-loving
I can totally hear Adam saying that too.
Hey, Adam, join in. Let's go. So, Mark, what do you think in your professional video opinion? Is this program worth subscribing to? Because this is the free version.
This is worth a Webby. We should be running for the Webbies.
This is how you get sponsorships. You're well on your way to getting sponsored. I can feel it.
The phones are going to ring tomorrow after this. The birds just pushed us over the top right there.
What is Stenya saying?
Dave Stenya. Yes. You can put that on the Facebook feed. Who cares? That's fine. Oh my God!
This is great.
Adam says, "Oh no, thank you.
This is a dumpster fire.
This is a dumpster fire." I love it. I love it.
I mean, well, it is 2020.
It's a dumpster fire.
That's why we're all here tonight.
I
don't know.
Hey,
what is the format of our show? No idea.
Apparently, we don't have one.
What's the point again?
Hey, Sally, are you having a cocktail with us at all? Or are you?
No.
Okay, that's
You know what I was actually doing? I was making the Christmas ornaments for 2020. So I was sitting here making little tiny rolls of toilet paper.
Oh, I like that. Tiny rolls of toilet paper. That's actually pretty cool. Sally,
that's awesome.
Sally, if you take your phone and turn it 180 degrees the opposite way, one more time. Yeah, perfect. Yay! You're right side up.
Upside down?
You were upside down the whole time.
I mean, it was really magical that your birds were like
It wasn't
going along with
upside down
that.
to us.
Weird. And I thought your house was upside down. That's actually pretty cool.
So now you can see the birds all right side up.
There they are. Oh, they're right side up now. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
Hey, where's Mike Grady? Where is he?
I'm right here. I've been here the whole time.
Oh, yeah. Are you still there? All I see is a Patriots hat pointing down. I just wanted to check on you. I'm picking on you, Mike. Come on. You know I love you.
That was the equivalent of Sean banging a ruler on the desk.
That's right. Actually, Mike is the ruler banger, right? True. At the school, you take the yardstick and... I mean, that's the...
No, I don't do that. No.
Well, that's how you get shit done.
I just give them a blue slip and send them on their way.
A blue slip. I'm going to blue slip you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you don't think I say that? I do. When I do that, they all go.
So, Mike...
That was your one warning, mister. Blue slip is next.
Mike, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Do you have a safety tip of the evening?
I thought you were going to say safe word.
A safe word?
Yeah, do not sign into
this might be my safe word.
Podcast.
I do not have a safety tip of the week, nor do I have a safe word.
Okay. If I don't know how are you guys doing? Scuttle. How's everybody feel? Okay, everybody feels pretty good.
I can hear you.
Yeah.
I feel pretty good. I could use another Vesper Martini.
I'm thinking.
Sean, you want to give an address for the fan mail?
What the hell is that?
Or the complaint box?
I was going to say it's like hate mail at this point, right? You know, no, it's good.
Love notes.
There's links on the website for our email addresses.
For all of your fans, yes.
Yeah, the fans. Oh yeah. Well, I could just ask them because they're all here in the camera.
They're all watching here or on Facebook.
But all the people that watch the show are actually on camera right now.
We're down to 13 people.
Pretty sure I've got your digits.
We're down to 13 people, so that means my dad went to bed. All right, so that's one. My mother went to bed.
I think you guys should really look into pay-per-view.
13 people and there's 6 on here.
There's actually 8.
So, Eddie.
Hey, I'm curious. What time do the birds wake up in the morning? I mean, it sounds like you're going to know when they're awake, right?
Yes, as soon as it gets light, they start singing. So, depending on the time of year, it's like 5 or 6 o'clock usually.
Holy God!
Hey, Sally.
It's not too bad, though. I mean,
Sally, do you put towels or cover their cages at night?
No, as soon as I turn out the lights, they all know it's time to go to bed, and they don't make a sound.
So when, like Mark asked, when the sun comes through the windows,
yep,
and that's what wakes them up. Obviously. Yep. Okay, I can appreciate that. I mean,
Yep. Oh my gosh!
Hey,
have they
Chip,
ever attacked you in your
Chip's
sleep?
like, I've got shit to do, people.
How's that class going, Chip?
Because that would be my concern.
Class is great. Computer's shut.
Yeah, I gave up. I only got 6 more of those.
That's what Sean
Chip's
has
like, I'm so glad we signed in.
Is it a class about social media and how you're representative of the company?
Yeah. That's how it works.
Yep. Okay. Everybody.
Yes.
I think that we've done a wonderful evening.
Yeah, it's been amazing.
And Eddie, the cocktail is fantastic.
It was very good.
I don't know what the mixer is, but there could be a little more less booze, but no, it's a martini. It's supposed to be all booze.
Yeah.
It's great. Chip, have you tried one of these? Chipper?
I didn't catch what it was.
It's a lot of booze.
Yeah,
anyway,
it's a martini.
We'll talk about that another day.
It's a James Bond martini.
Mike Grady. Anything else?
Yes.
Anything else?
I'm good.
You good? Sally? Anything else?
I'm good too.
Your tree looks fantastic, by the way.
Well, thank you.
Excellent job.
Thank you.
Chip, Tara, how you guys doing? Everything's great. You guys got anything else you want to say? Any word of advice besides go to bed? No?
I'm happy to see you guys, everybody.
So nice to see you.
Happy to see you guys.
Nice surprise.
Yes.
Eddie.
Mark?
Yes.
When I was 6.
Oh my god.
Never mind. That'll be another show.
Aaron, do you have anything else to say?
No, that was it.
That was it? That was it? All right. Well, listen, thank you for being my personal bartender. I
Anytime,
appreciate that very much.
Anytime. I appreciate the opportunity.
Eddie, where is Gail?
She ran away.
She went back home.
Whiskey to go.
Okay. Well,
She's walking from an undisclosed location.
thank her for making an appearance and just being herself.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank your manager for us.
And Eddie, thank you for joining us. Thanks for sharing all the stuff.
Amen.
Thanks, guys.
Eddie, thank you.
Mark, thank you for the bloody drummer story.
Eddie, can I put the entire Beantown Boys song at the end of this podcast? Is that okay?
I still have my permission.
I have your permission.
That's
The only
awesome.
reason we have the Beantown Boy song was because I was able to go to your studio and get it from your DAT player, which I didn't have for many years. So it's sat in a box in my basement, getting wet and getting digitally distorted. And you were able to bring it back to life. So,
You made him come alive.
And Eddie, if you could send me some pictures from the Beantown Boys era.
Or maybe the video. The
We'll
video.
put that at the end of the show. There'll be a lot of
my
this.
brother was a photographer at the time. We have some great photography
Oh, great. Cool.
back in those late 80 years, which was fantastic.
Nice. So he was taking pictures with the flip phone rather than the iPhone.
No,
no flip
he was a
Disposable
photographer.
cameras.
Disposable cameras.
He had to have the film developed.
So why don't you knock it over again?
Funny today.
All right, guys. Eddie, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Sally, good seeing
Good
everybody.
night, folks.
Oh, that's music.
This is it. This is our outro.
It is.
Yeah, buddy.
What Grady usually yells.
All right, guys. Thank you, everybody. We check the YouTube page. We're gonna have this video up for people that are only hearing this,
It's gonna be riveting.
and you can mute it too.
For the six cameras that are now
The
watching.
6
yeah.
cameras that are on.
Yeah.
That's right. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Very much. Good night.
Well, our love was fresh and new. From the very first moment I knew you were my only. A very special lover. Love got underway and then you turned around and walked away and left me lonely. Into the arms of another. You gotta be out of your mind to think I'm the cheating kind. No, I'm not that blind. Baby, why you wanna treat me like this? All I wanted in the world was your kiss. All you gave me was a D-I-S-Y. You wanna diss me, girl? Why can't you say yes? When I reach out for you, I get the D-I-S-Y. You wanna diss me, girl? Can't you see how I feel? When we know my love's for real. We got always on my mind. I try to find ways to pass the time without you. But nothing is working. Fly girls here and fly girls there, but none of them can compare with the way you move me. For your love, I am still searching. You gotta be on your mind to think I'm cheating kind. No, I'm not that fine. Baby, why you wanna treat me like this? All I wanted in the world is your kiss. All you gave me was a D-I-S-Y. You wanna diss me, girl? Why can't you say yes? When I reach out for you, I get the D-I-S-Y. You wanna diss me, girl? Can't you see how I feel? When we know my love's for real. Doing this ignition, cause ladies, I'm on a mission. Ladies want answer, don't even be dissing, cause you get burned. And very soon you'll learn that I'm a beat-down boy that's not so big concern with the young ones. You know I'm not talking to the ratio, I'm talking little ones. They like licorice, they like to call you by a pet name. And they like to play you like a little game. I don't buy that, so don't try that, cause I'm down with the double L blockade. So listen up, party, because what I say. I ain't down with drugs, but I know what you're thinking. But listen real close, cause I ain't lip-syncing. Peace to my homies and peace down forever, and everyone in the house. D-I-S-Y. You wanna diss me, girl? Why can't you say yes? When I reach out for you, I get the D-I-S-Y. You wanna diss me, girl? Can't you see how I feel? When we know my love's for real. Why you wanna diss me, girl? Why can't you say yes? When I reach out for you, I get the D-I-S-Y. You wanna diss me, girl? Can't you see how I feel? When we know my love's for real. Why you wanna diss me, girl? Why can't you say yes? When I reach out for you, I get the D-I-S-Y. You wanna diss me, girl? Can't you see how I feel? When we know my love's for real. Why you wanna diss me, girl? Why can't you say